Hey everyone, welcome back to Mindful Leadership Beyond Borders. This is Betska, the Guru Coach, along with Raj, our dynamic looking Raj from Delhi, India, here today, my co-host. And our guest today is Yanni. Yanni is from Hertfordshire, I believe it's how
That's
you
correct.
say it. Yes, from England. And he's been coaching for over 5 years with a focus on personal and business development. He is a clearing the mind expert, law of attraction coach, and life coach. And he has a personal journey that he's going to share with us. I'm very excited to hear about it. Childhood trauma to adulthood with anxiety, depression, mental health, and negative analysis thinking, etc. And when we come from that kind of a background, our life takes on a different meaning and takes on a different direction. So, Yanni, tell us your story.
Thank you for the opportunity, Betska and Raj. Yeah, welcome everybody. Yeah, my name's Yanni Charalambous, based in the UK, and my personal journey into mindset coaching came from my childhood traumas, growing up in the emotions of anger, sadness, and fear with my parents because they were always arguing, always fighting, probably nearly every single day up to the age of 16 when my parents got divorced. So I was experiencing the childhood traumas and all the senses and everything that I was hearing feeding into my subconscious mind and creating the fear and seeing what my dad was doing to my mum and the anger and the rage coming in and the fear every day when my dad would open a door and come through after work and we know how his emotions would react because he was quite a narcissist and he still is, but he never really suppose wanted a family. For him, it was being a narcissist, putting a label on it because that's how I see it. Is he was always focused on himself. He was a womanizer, and he never really cared about my mum or my two sisters. So I was raised in that emotion of anger, sadness, and fear. And the only love and happiness we rarely gained was from my mum. And she was working from 6 in the morning to about 9 in the evening, raising three kids, taking us to school, holidays when we can. So it was a blessing for me on a personal level. When parents did get divorced, it was kind of this relief from my mum, relief from ourselves, and this burden. And then over time, growing up, all the choices I was making as an adult was down from my subconscious mind and my mind programming from childhood, past life, relatives, ancestors, everything passed through. Personally, my personal journey was from the childhood, and it created negative analysis thinking. And that was because I was always analyzing my life and analyzing the choices I was making because of the emotions I was stuck with as a child. Many of the choices were done by fear or anger or sadness. I never knew what choices I was making on a conscious level. It was just go with it, and then I would analyze the situation. I would come home and wish I could have changed the scenario. So I was living the law of attraction without knowing about the law of attraction and what I was doing. Wishing I could have made different changes or had more confidence within myself because I lack of confidence with this little child within me was still in my adulthood, and it was living with fear and all these emotions of sadness and what was going on, the anger, the rage passed on from my father. So this was part of the negative analysis thinking of every decision I was making. I'll go home and lay there, analyze how I could have gone back and changed the scenario and changed the situation. And if only I could have gone back and done this and this because I never had the confidence. I never had this the teachers within my life, my parents are teaching me to show me the way. So this was the journey of leading me into depression, anxiety, panic attacks. Panic attacks were going on for years, and it was every choice decisions I was making. Sometimes I was on my own, and I'll create this anxiety of my body system and my nervous system, and so it's a little scared child within me as an adult. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, that was a journey until then, and
So then, how did you handle all that? How did you move away I really
Yeah.
commend you for analyzing it at the end of the day, because many people who have those types of behaviors don't even know that they have it, first of all, right? They don't understand it and they don't analyze it, but you did. And so then that analysis led to what? What
The analysis was always wondering if I could have made better choices in my life, and I always thought if I wished the grass was green on the other side. And it was only until I turned probably 30 years old where someone introduced me to The Secret, and they said you can change your life with positive
Yeah,
thinking, because I
right.
never knew about positive thinking. No one taught me about positive thinking. I was never in that field. We never had social media growing up with what we have now with all this information. So no one knew, or there was no one in the field. People would tell me, be positive, stay positive. Why are you negative? But I never knew what they meant. For me, it was just negative, positive was just a battery of how you turn it around. Until I saw The Secret, I thought, wow, this is different. You can control your mind by using your own thoughts and emotions. Was the first step
Yeah.
for empowerment for me to change.
Amazing. An amazing movie. Absolutely. It changed, I think, a lot of lives. So then, where are you? You say you are a life of attraction, law of attraction coach, and a life coach, and so on. So you helped yourself, yeah. You helped yourself to rise up, to no longer be a narcissist, and to not make choices from anger and sadness and fear. Um, and then what? Uh, how long did it take you to get out of that mess to where you are today, helping others? What was that transition like? Tell me.
I was still, I was experiencing the changes with the law of attraction. I see the changes within me, and I took over my mind. So it was more about mind control for me. And then over time, I started studying more teachers, saw more things. And the more you got into it, as you know, the law of attraction, energy goes where energy flows. So start attracting more. Social media started opening up more. So you start to see more videos, and um, started registering, became a life coach, a clearing the mind expert. But still in between, I still suffered mental health myself, and I was sectioned as well under the Mental Health Act. Again, this was down to the mind, and this is why I did one of the questions that I raised today is mind versus non-mind. And most of my negative experiences have come from non-mind and from thoughts and emotions. However, becoming a life coach and a clearing the mind expert, this gave me more of an insight into myself and also being able to help others to change and empower. And this is how I became a coach for the last 5.5 years now. And this is my passion to help people because I've experienced what I've experienced. It's now to empower people to help them to build their lives on a personal level and a business level as well.
And how is that different from therapy, for example?
The I feel it depends because I feel with the clearing the mind that I offer, it goes deep into the unconscious mind. And I had therapy as well. I had my own therapist during my times when I was experiencing mental health and before I was actually sectioned as well. I actually was seeing a therapist because my family members were seeing me and they saw the decline in me and they saw me kind of saying, hold on, something's not right here. You need to go and see someone. And it was
Yeah.
more of it was a psychologist, a psychotherapist who would then ask questions and go into my life and go into my childhood and ask questions. Was I open? I was open to probably 75% because I probably knew I could have been more open, but I was always holding myself back
Mm,
from being more open to myself.
mm,
But the mental health came again down to my own paranoia. And again, this was a creation of my own mind that something never manifested, but I believed it was going to manifest in a negative way. Something occurred within my life. And this created the negative spiral again, and the anxiety and the memory of anxiety, and the memory of panic came in. And again, this created this downfall. Again, my family and myself, we could see the hurt that I was giving myself and to my family, and hence why I was put into a hospital for about 6 months for recovery.
Yeah. Wow.
But again, that was another experience in the journey.
I am sure it is. Well, tell you what, let's take a pause and then we'll come
Sure.
back for part two, because I want to hear more of your story and how you know help others. I think that would be very useful. Yeah.
Okay.